Worst team in Manchester United club history is how Almiron described this team. Off the pitch, they're arguably the biggest club in world football, but on the pitch, fighting relegation. These are 3 signings I think Manchester United need to be making to bring themselves back up to the top. Right, so let's be honest. They probably need more than just 3 signings. But with Cunha coming in the door and Mbeumo looking like it may potentially happen, I think those are perfect signings to start off this transfer window. If you look at the rest of the team, I'd say they're pretty heavily stocked at centre-back, but goalkeeper, wing-backs, midfield, up front, there's a lot of improvement needs to happen. So let's start off at the top end of the pitch, where I think the first signing should be Ollie Watkins. I feel like a couple times this season, Emery hasn't really trusted him in important matches and big moments. He's either decided to go in other directions and use other players like Rashford in the Champions League, or he's substituted him at key moments in games, and to be honest, I don't know why. I do think he's quite a divisive player. I hear a lot of people talking down on his abilities and his goals, his contributions, and personally I don't really get it. Just scored 16 goals, got 8 assists. I don't think there's anyone at this club currently who can offer you that kind of output. He literally has everything that Almiron would want in a number 9. He can run the channels, he can drop into the pockets of space and link up with the 10s. He's always looking for space in the box, aerially strong. He ticks every box. If the wing-backs can get balls into the box, he's got the aerial ability to put the ball in the back of the net. He was the joint 2nd highest goal scorer in the league using his head last season. It even got 2 assists using his head as well. I honestly don't know what there is not to like about this transfer, and considering the fact that Villa may potentially be looking to offload certain players, I don't think it's unrealistic either. Looking here at his FB ref stats, like I mentioned before, he shines when it comes to bringing others into the game. He is in the top 3% for assists from forwards, and yes, he outperformed his expected assists last season, but both Mbeumo and Cunha both outperformed their XG as well, so if he's providing, is he what Manchester United need right now? 100%. Player who has something to prove, who's already played at the highest level and consistently returns with goals and assists. Ollie Watkins with a point to prove is pretty scary if you ask me. So player number 2. Like I said before, if I'm being honest, there's probably a fair few positions that I could have selected, but I do think that one where maybe you've got a bit of depth, but not necessarily the right depth, is midfield. You've got a lot of options there, but I don't think there's anyone who can necessarily partner Bruno and offer everything that's needed. As much as Casemiro's form picked up at the end of last season, there are still holes in his game and holes on the pitch that can easily be played through. So for this position, I've gone with Nicholas Seeveld. So I know a lot of Manchester United supporters might look at this and think, why would we need him? Firstly, who is he? Secondly, we've got Ugarte, we've got Mainu, we've got Casemiro. We don't need another player who can give you those same options. But if I'm being honest, I don't think some of those players can do what they need to. Mainu, as much as I love him, I don't think this system necessarily brings out the best in him. I think Ugarte is probably not the right man. And I think Casemiro, as much as, like I said before, his form did pick up, he's not getting any younger. You do need someone who can come in, offer minutes, offer legs. It's a long season. So there's a couple factors that make me think that he's perfect to partner Bruno. Firstly, he's incredibly press resistant. He wins the ball back well, he's able to beat a man and then always makes the right pass, the simple pass, or always able to progress the ball forward. He's not as physical as Casemiro, he's not as strong as Casemiro, but he will win duels that he probably has no right to be winning. He understands the game in and out of possession, and he's solid at both ends of the pitch. He's not going to give you that creativity that Bruno will, but what he will give you is a lot of cover. He'll hold, he'll win the ball back, he'll progress it forward. He does the basic things right, and that's all you can ask. Would he be a marquee signing? Probably not, but in reality, we've seen Manchester United make marquee signing after marquee signing. None of them have worked out. He can offer you something that Manchester United just simply don't have without having to sacrifice players like Casemiro, who, yes, are coming towards the end of their career, but still have something to offer. The other benefit I think you have is him coming from a club like Leipzig, a club who don't like to stand in the way of their players progressing their careers. But United fans, let me know in the comments, do you think he has what you need, or am I wrong? All right, so transfer number 3, and I genuinely think that this one is quite self-explanatory. It's a massive market opportunity. Currently being valued or apparently available on the market for around 30 million euros. He's played at some of the biggest clubs in world football. He's won everything from the Champions League, Serie A, the Super Cup, Italian Super Cup, Spanish Super Cup. Without a doubt, he slots straight into Manchester United starting 11. And it's none other than Theo Hernandez. So I'm not entirely sure what's happening at Milan, in all honesty. You've got the likes of Leao, Mike Mignon, Hernandez. It seems to be a fire sale. But if you could take advantage of that, I think you have to. Without a doubt, he improves the left wing-back role at Manchester United, slots straight in the starting 11. He could play down the line and stretch the pitch. He could invert in, and from either position, he's very creative. You have a look here, he's in the top 5% for shot-creating actions from fullbacks in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's in the top 13% for aggressive carries and top 4% for shots from fullback. He scored 5 goals, he's assisted 6. If you have a look at his record at Milan, he's been incredibly consistent. Defensively, yeah, he's not great, but if he's moving up the pitch, if he's inverting in, that's where Seevald can drop in and cover that space. If he decides to play wide and stretch the pitch, Cunha can drop into that little pocket of space and dictate outside the box or draw defenders in to allow Watkins and Mbeumo more space in the box. If he comes inside and plays a bit more inverted, then Cunha can drift out a bit further wide. And again, you've got the space for Watkins, you can play the 1-2s, and Mbeumo's there wrapping around, and you've also got Bruno. I'll be honest, I think it's quite frightening, to be fair. The thought of Watkins, Mbeumo, Cunha, Hernandez, Bruno, Seevald, Ahmad. It's pretty exciting. But am I wrong? Are there better options out there? United fans, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been PMFC Miles. Thanks for locking in.